So Tuesday night video. What are we doing with this one? Rapid fire. So just to give some context to people watching. Last week on our video, I just fired off a whole heap of questions at you, and it's your turn to fire them off at me.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, just take it away. There's, like I said last week, we don't edit these videos down. So other than the split screen, we don't cut. So
All right.
fire away, and if we fuck up, it's on us.
Okay. All right. So let's start things off. So we're looking for, these are just word association ones. So whatever comes to your mind first.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I am shit at this. Okay.
All right. Look, it should be all right. Okay. Arnold or Sylvester?
Arnold.
Paul Newman or Robert Redford?
Redford.
Scrambled, hard-boiled or fried?
Poached.
Ooh. 3 O'Clock High or My Bodyguard?
My Bodyguard.
Donald or Daffy?
Oh, that's hard. Daffy.
Daffy. That's correct. Favorite New Zealand film?
Oh man. I want to say Vigil, the Vincent Ward film.
Okay, nice. Ghoulies or Critters?
Critters.
David Lynch or Tony Scott?
Tony Scott by Golden Mile.
Press Gang or Degrassi Junior High?
Well, because of Dexter Fletcher's poxy accent, I'm going to go Degrassi.
I love his American. Least liked film?
Sound of Music.
Ooh. Elvira or Vampira?
Vampira.
Body Snatchers or Seed People?
Seed People.
Wow. Maltese Falcon or The Big Sleep?
Maltese Falcon.
Monty Python or The Goodies?
Python.
Droids or Ewoks?
That's a hard one.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Droids or Ewoks?
Oh, dude. We're talking the animated films here.
Yeah, we certainly are. The cartoons, yeah.
Ewoks.
I think that's correct. Private lessons.
Which implies, hang on, that implies that all my others have been incorrect. Because you've only said that twice.
Listen to this. Private lessons or My Tutor?
I haven't seen either.
Oh my God! Well, you're in for a treat, my friend.
I may have seen Private Lessons, but I don't remember it.
It stars Sylvia Kristal, and it is about this rich kid whose dad goes off and leaves him at home by himself, and he's got a brand new maid played by Sylvia Kristal, and Howard, I believe it's Howard Hessman, plays his butler, and he has an affair. He starts having an affair with the maid, it's like every schoolboy's dream. She's this older woman.
I know the poster.
The poster. And then she mid coitus has a heart attack and dies. And then the butler basically blackmails him for the rest of the summer. It is a
Can't make
phenomenal
those
film.
movies anymore, dude.
No, certainly not. It's all about statutory rape. Okay, favorite film genre?
Family films.
Oh, wow. I did not see that coming. Get Shorty or Jackie Brown?
Jackie Brown.
Jim Wynorski or Andy Sedaris? Wynorski. That's a good call. And last but not least, Betty or Veronica?
Veronica. It's a sexier name.
I think I've got to know you a lot better after those questions.
Oh, well, it appears to me there's only one real surprise in there.
Oh, yeah. I was surprised by a lot of your answers, to be honest. I would have pegged you for David Lynch. I also would have pegged you for Body Snatchers over Seed People, definitely. I'm surprised by that one.
Well, that tells me you've not listened to the show before.
I'm surprised that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Seed People, but Body Snatchers, any iteration of Body Snatchers is amazing.
I've been on the record several times on the show my distaste for Body Snatchers in all of its forms.
Really?
Just don't like it. One of our regular listeners, Brody Kane, mentioned it to me a few weeks ago because he was asking my opinion on films, and he was talking about the Abel Ferrara version.
Yep, with Gabrielle Anwar.
Yeah, because I'm a massive Ferrara fan, but that's a film that I just cannot get into.
Oh, right.
I suppose it deserves another go, but
yeah, I watched it.
The whole story.
I've recently bought all three on Blu-ray. And I went back, and I hadn't seen the Abel Ferrara one in like since VHS, and I was surprised.
Yeah.
It's a much more kind of, I mean, they're all bleak, but the Abel Ferrara one is really bleak.
I need to go back and watch it again because my memory of it, and it's been a very long time, is that because I was such a fan of his, and his films are really dark.
Well,
that one felt a bit too shiny for me. I guess. Maybe I need to go back to it because it just might have been my frame of mind at the time. But it's also similar, don't ask me why, but I liken it a bit to The Blob, the remake of The Blob, in that when I first saw it, it was good and all, but I remember it being pretty tacky and not the best. But then 20 years later, you rewatch it, and it's almost up there with The Thing. It is an absolute masterpiece.
It's so good. It's so scary. It is a really terrifying film.
And the body horror in it, when they get absorbed by the blob and the body melt and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece. I think it's a brilliant film, but my recollection watching it when I was a teenager was that it wasn't that great. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Ferrara's film, with Body Snatchers.
Right.
That maybe I'll watch it now, and I own it. I just haven't watched it in 20 years.
And you didn't like the original, the Andrew McCarthy
the Sutherland one, or the
Andrew McCarthy. I mean, I love the Sutherland one; is great. Jeff Goldblum and Veronica Cartwright and stuff. But even the original one really kind of scares the shit out of me.
I think I'm probably my language is probably too strong. I don't despise it by any means, but it's just some things just rub you the wrong way, and it's always been one of those ones that rubs.
When
me
was
the
last
way.
time you watched Seed People? I mean, it's basically the same film.
It is, but you made me choose between the two, and because there's so many incarnations of Body Snatchers, my instinct was to go against it.
To go against it, right? Fair enough. Yeah, there's never been Charles Band has never had a remake of Seed People. That's not on the cards.
There's also an Asylum version of it too.
Of Seed People or of Body Snatchers?
It's kind of both. I think it's called Blood People.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. They both are the same, basically the same. Yeah, right.
Oh, mate,
it's very much a
tangent to go on then.
I love all those it's Stepford Wives, all that kind of people being replaced. I just picked up the new imprint release of I Married a Alien from Outer Space or whatever it is, whatever that was.
Yep.
I Married a Monster from Outer Space, and that is basically that story. With people being replaced and their spouses and stuff freaking out and going, hang on a second, this isn't the person I married. I love all of the.
It's funny you mentioned Stepford Wives just before because obviously there was a comedic remake with Nicole Kidman, but Nicole Kidman was also in The Invasion.
She was indeed, which I also I only watched that again recently. I had no interest in it when it first came out, and I finally sat down and watched it, and it was it's I don't think it has the same impact as the Donald Sutherland version or even the Abel Ferrara version, but it's still a pretty solid thriller.
Does the Donald Sutherland version only have an impact because of the end scene? Do you reckon?
No, but that end scene is phenomenal. But no, I think
it is.
I mean, the movie starts with Donald Sutherland hunting for rat turds in a restaurant. And it has Leonard Nimoy as an arrogant author, who's kind of hanging around that they don't like. It's Jeff Goldblum being almost slightly less kind of sleazy than he is in Jurassic Park, but kind of still that kind of character. Like it's awesome.
I just have this funny feeling I've disappointed you.
Yeah, I was shocked. I'm also shocked. I'm always shocked when people choose Degrassi Junior High. As much as I loved it over Press Gang, because Press Gang was possibly my favorite show as a kid. I always
Well, it's a
wanted
tough
to be.
choice, mate.
It is a tough choice.
It's a tough choice.
It's a tough choice. And
But you know,
would it have been different had I said Degrassi High rather than Degrassi Junior High?
no, because I'm a fan right through from the kids of Degrassi Street right up to
Right.
Schools Out, even a little bit of the Next Generation. Like, I think it's great.
Schools Out is a phenomenal movie.
Do you remember when that first aired and like the controversy because
Oh yeah,
they had to put out parental guidance, and I reckon who was it? Michael Tuck was the Triple J host at the time that had to
Yeah.
do this like public service announcement to warn parents of what.
Michael Tunn. Was it Michael Tunn?
Michael Tunn.
Yeah, Michael
Tunn.
Tuck was wasn't he the captain of Hawthorn?
Footballer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Bearded Beast.
I totally remember. I remember going to school the next day talking about banging Tessa Campanelli because that was the kind of thing that was like, it was like, oh my God. Like, Joey Jeremiah, what are you doing?
He became a teacher in Next Generation.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And so did Snake. I believe, and Spike comes back. I think the only one who doesn't turn up is Wheels. Because, or does he? I don't know if he turns up.
Killed
But,
himself.
he got
Killed himself in real life.
in real life, did he? Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. I know he's dead. I'm pretty sure he took his own life.
Wow. Yeah, right. Never really. Like, I think too many people associated him with Wheels.
Yeah, it'd be a hard thing to shake.
And I mean, you're responsible for putting Caitlin in the hospital. You're going to answer for it.
Mate, there's so many memorable moments of that show, but like when they dealt with the really heavy stuff like suicide and whatnot, like that was a potent show. I took a lot of cues from that show.
Yeah,
Obviously, I didn't kill myself.
I mean, I think the suicide thing was really dampened by the fact that the character's name was Claude.
That's right.
Claude killed himself in the toilets, and you're like, come on, his name's Claude.
Yeah.
Like that kid, like
He was always gonna do it.
it was always going to happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, this video took a dark turn.
real dark, real fast.
So back to family films.
Yeah.
People are always surprised when I say I like family films because they ask me what my favorite genres are. It's always family films and then horror films.
Yeah, no, I mean, look,
And
I totally get it.
I equate the two.
Yeah.
The two. Like even back in my university days, I wrote like kind of like a thesis on the psychology of kids movies, and it's basically the same as the psychology of horror films, just for a different generation.
Yeah.
Like the learning tools and the comprehension and all that kind of stuff is very, very similar.
Yeah, but and look, and family films are just like, for the most part, can be like just fun to watch.
And family films are it's the one genre we all have in common. We all grew up with family films.
Yeah.
So we can all kind of relate. So if someone says, I love family films, well, you can go back to whatever your favourites were.
Yeah.
Whether it's Wizard of Oz or Neverending Story or
The
whatever.
Millionaire Cat, or Brat Patrol, or any of those Chomps.
Mate.
There's
What
some
was the
classics.
Little Spies?
Little
Little Spies
Spies.
is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I
wonder if that's on Disney Plus.
I've got that just over there.
Yeah, I have the DVD that's a rip of the VHS.
Right. Is it on Disney Plus?
I don't know. Like, I haven't got Disney Plus and haven't bothered to look it up, but I know there's a lot of stuff missing, and I'm wondering if that's one of them because that film was so good.
So good. I know. Like, do you remember movies like Mr. Boogedy? That's a handshake film.
Because
Mr. Boogedy and the Return of Mr. Boogedy.
For a long time, you could only get them in the vault, like in the private Disney Club.
In the Disney Club, yeah, that's right. And I remember being shocked because I loved Mr. Boogedy so much that when I finally watched the miniseries on TV, it was like, oh my God, the dad from Mr. Boogedy is killing himself. Like, that was what was most shocking about it.
That's right, mate. And didn't he also like kill himself in Deadly Pursuit or Shoot to Kill.
Oh, does he kill himself or does?
He's the first to be. He's the first to be murdered.
He gets thrown off the cliff by
That's right.
Who is it? Is it Clancy? Who's the bad guy? Is it Clancy Brown or?
No, it's no. Yes, it is.
Is Clancy Brown?
It is Clancy Brown. Tom Berenger's the guy.
He's the park ranger, and Sidney Poitier's the cop.
Yes.
But
they're chasing him. Clancy Brown and what's her name? Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley, yeah. And yeah.
I love that
Richard
film.
Masur is one of the. He was also in this really weird film called Fallen Angel, where he's like a pervy for. Is he the pervy photographer? Or is he the coach of a baseball club and he's like molesting
Is he still alive? Like, we needed more films with him in them. Like, he was also in License to Drive.
Yeah.
He was the father in that. Oh.
He's great. Like, something like I've never actually done any kind of, research on him, but he deserves a life in review of like with kind of thing where you sit in an auditorium and you go through all his films and stuff, because I'm sure he'd be a fascinating guy to listen to.
For sure, but I reckon we're probably prattled on enough. People are asleep. People are asleep watching us.
Who doesn't want to talk about Mr. Boogedy? I don't know. Yeah.
No, but that deserves its own video, mate.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do like a Disney Plus, and we'll go through the catalog and figure out what's not on there.
Yeah, we could just talk about the Castaway Cowboy with James Garner.
I would want to talk about Follow Me Boys, Fred McMurray. That's a great Disney film.
Yeah. I think was it Scuzz Bucket? Is in there.
Oh God, Mick Garris is behind Scuzz Bucket.
Right, that does not surprise me at all.
Yeah. See, that's another motive on our podcast, is that everything comes back to Mick Garris for some reason.
And I as a kid, I grew up thinking it was a Disney movie because of just how I saw it. But do you remember the made-for-TV movie Legend of Sleepy Hollow with Jeff Goldblum? And they switch it all around, and they build the church on an Indian burial ground, and so that's who the Headless Horseman is, not like a Hessian kind of soldier. Like, they really change the mythos of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the specs, but yeah, fascinating.
It was one of those tapes that, like, when I would go to my grandmother's house, and she had Hans Christian Andersen across 2 tapes. She had the pilot episode of Kung Fu, and she had Legend of Sleepy Hollow. So that's what we get to choose, like, watching those movies over and over again.
I'd forgotten all about Hans Christian Andersen. I was singing that in my head just last week.
It's a classic film. I heard that. I think it's actually getting some kind of a Blu-ray release through Warner Brothers or something. I think.
I'd buy it.
I think on the grapevine.
Well, let's wrap it up, and we'll come back for another video on. Actually, let's do a Wednesday video this week, and we'll do a Thursday one. Let's do 3 videos this week. What the hell?
What the hell? Throw caution to the wind.